Hello, Scrappy Peeps. Suzanna here today to share with you week 10 in my memory planner. So I am falling a little bit behind, and so this is not a spread that I'm particularly proud of, but it is done. And so I'm going to trim out all of my photos. I pre-print them from Photoshop. I make collages. Some of them I just drop into templates. So I have saved you the agony of having to have me watch me trim all of those photos out. And I am working with this collection from Echo Park. It is one of Tracy Reed's first collections for Echo Park, and it is a fabulous collection. It's a great springtime collection. So Monday, which was the 7th, I believe, was the day that the Hirshhorn's museum up in DC, and I live in Richmond, so 2 hours south, they announced that a famous, one of the, she's an installation artist, she's Japanese, her name is Yakusuma is her last name, and she has the Infinity Room. So they had announced, and I had been waiting for a really long time, that the exhibit, they were going to go ahead with the exhibit. And so that is what that photo is. And I just backed it with pink so that it stood out just a little bit. I am using these tabbed cards, so they come in 3 colors, and the tabs are in 3 different places. I'm using a blue one, so I have taken my color palette from the Echo Park collection. So I just, you could see, put a little fold with my bone folder, and then I am using 1/4 inch. Is that right? 1/4 inch. Actually, I lied. That is 1/8. 1/8 inch double-sided tape from ThermoWeb. It is my go-to tape in my planner lately. It gives me a very strong adhesive with just a thin amount to have to fold back, but a very strong bond. So then on Wednesday, that is a printable from this month's release. So on the left-hand column, it says heck yes. And on the right-hand column, it says absolutely not. So on that particular day, I had a special gift arrived in the mail for my husband. So that was the heck yes. And then the absolutely not is the price of gas. It was up to, gosh, I don't remember. It was over $4 a gallon. And so my total was $46 to fill a tank, and so that's what the absolutely not was all about. So then I wanted to incorporate some flowers to incorporate some more color. I like to have round elements because I feel that the round elements break up the rigidity, the grid feel of this, and so I fussy cut a few of the flowers from the larger 12 by 12 piece of pattern paper to incorporate A, color, and B, the roundness into this. So for this month, I am using the Heidi Swap month stamp for the stamp month of March. I do have the monthly stamp set, but I really I like this size. It's perfect up there in the header. And so I am trying to work per day as I go, and then leaving room for journaling. What I end up not liking about this is I pulled too much product, and because I pulled too much product, I felt the need to incorporate it all into the page somehow. I also feel like I had a hard time sticking to certain colors. There's a very wide color palette in this particular collection, and so I didn't limit myself. And some of the photos are very, very dark and or bright as well. Like the one on the right, top right-hand side, that is my son and my husband at Lion King. And then I actually used the Lion King photo that I printed, and it's a very, very bright yellow. So it just feels like there's nothing that grounds this layout. And I think that's what bothers me about it. But it's done, and I can move on. And I just have to move on. I have to let it go. There's a part of me that's trying to figure out how I can rip it out of the book and redo it, but I just need to let it go. It's done. So I stamped there in yellow a stamp that says finally back together, because my son and my cat are each other's companions. And I messed it up, so then I overstamped it, and the overstamp made it look worse. So I'm going to cover that up by just stamping it on white paper. I could have used sticker paper, but I was just so flustered, I think, at this point, that I just stamped it on white cardstock, thin white cardstock, and then adhered that down. So cover up my mistake there, and you can barely tell that that's an issue. So I knew I had this other photo that I really, really wanted to incorporate into Tuesday. That is, I was on a special guest. I was featured on a podcast. So I really wanted that to be a visible thing, not a hidden thing. And so I'm trying to find a way to incorporate that. But in lieu of that, because I don't know what to do, I'm moving on to Friday. So Friday I have two photos. The first photo, I created a vellum pocket on one of the tags from one of the add-on products there. And so that is adhered down flat into the book. And then this photo is going to slide in and out of that vellum tag pocket there. That photo is a screenshot of my iPhone, and it is the miles walked. Fridays I typically go walking with a friend of mine, and I wanted to, it's been a long, long time since she and I've done that, and we always compare our splits and our mileage and all of that. So I wanted to make sure that I included that information. But as you can see, it is very, very black. And so I know I'm going to have to cover up some of the vellum pockets so that you can see that. So what I've done here is I've printed the Lion King, I guess it's the brochure or the signage, and I cut out from the lion so that I can slide the photo of my son and my husband underneath that. And then what you will see, you not see on camera, is that I then cover that with pink paper that go again from the collection, and I'm going to journal on that, and I'm going to put the end of a tag sticking out of that says pull. So you won't see that it's just my son, and see there's the pink in that top right there, and so that softens that yellow and makes it less absolutely glaring if that picture to have remained what you see. So this is a pretty cool trick coming up. Actually, it's not for a little bit, but I have this really cool trick where I used a photo corner to secure that four-way picture that goes all the way across down. So that's coming up. So I want to stamp here, and I'm going to use the Stamp Society stamps from this month. Or, well, not this month, that's just come out. So they're not the March stamps. These are the February Stamp Society stamps. I have not received my March kit yet. It should be on its way. Yay! And so this is a hack that I showed you on Instagram over in my Reels. If you put tape down on your block, you can line up those lines. I have lines on my block, but they're really pale white lines, and it's really hard between the top and the bottom. So by having this, the washi on my block that's easily removed, it helps me line up those bottom lines, and I don't have to do one letter at a time. I can get that spacing perfect. So just a little tip to pass on to you if you didn't happen to see that over in IG Reels. So this particular Thursday is the reveal of Ellie Studio, who I designed for, and so on the picture is the right-hand side. On the right-hand side is the picture of my YouTube video, the opening shot, and then it literally is just going to say Ellie Studio Reveal, and I will come up with how I'm going to put Ellie Studio in a second. So here I'm going to use the phrase, be in love with your life in the middle of reveal, because I definitely wanted to have something in there. And because it's such a small font, I definitely wanted to use something that existed. I had wanted a different phrase, but I liked be in love with your life because I do really, this is my third year designing for Ellie Studio, and I absolutely love it. I could do it forever. I love Ellie Studio product. So here I'm using Heidi's numbers. These are vellum, the pink, and I will spare you the agony of having to watch all of that, but I definitely recommend using your tweezers for this. There are certainly not enough ones for this, but there are plenty of eyes, and so I have used some of the eyes. I actually cut off one of the H's into two eyes, knowing that I may need to use the eyes more than I would need to use the H's. So I will spare you the agony of watching that. So we're getting close to where I'm going to show you the hack in using the tip, the tutorial to use the photo corner for your, to hold down, to secure down any element really, a corner. So I was going to use those yellow Ello Studio stickers, and then I thought, well, this is Ellie Studio's writing, and it's perfect for me for Thursday to just put Ellie Studio in there. So I thought that was pretty cool. Again, I want to incorporate more round elements, and so you can see how busy this is starting to look. And from a scrapbooker's perspective, where I particularly focus on design, the whole right-hand page just bothers me because there's so much color and so much stuff, and I just don't feel like there's anything that grounds the page. I don't think there's anything united. I tried with that yellow tab circle, it's from Paper Person, to split it and put it across the page for a little bit of unity, but I don't think there's enough on the top right to really do that. And so, yeah. It just ends up being, to me, it's a lesson in sometimes less is more, right? So here I'm just adding pops of color to the white spaces because I can, because I have the pattern paper, and I thought, this will make the white less glaring, but it doesn't. I needed that white. I needed that white space, and I know this about white space. Those of you who know me know I think a lot, and I put a lot of attention to this, but I'm still struggling with the balance of my traditional scrapbooking and working in a memory planner here. So that's how I cover up some of that black with the label, where I will just quickly journal there. And then, so here is how I'm going to go about that corner. I was pointing to it. I'm like, I want to anchor this. I thought maybe I would use the flower, but then I have this, it says memories to last a lifetime. So that's from Ellie Studio. I stamped that out on a previous project. And there, if you put the photo corner so the sticky side is out and the actual photo corner is the reverse from the photo, and then stick something onto it like this, so the photo corner is now stuck to it. Now you've got something that you can tuck the photo corner literally into the photo corner. And then I put an extra strong adhesive, this thin strips of double-sided adhesive. There you go. And then I'm going to peel that off and stick it down to the page, and voila, look. Isn't that perfect? So, I mean, you could just use your double-sided tape, which is what I've done previously, but I feel like I get a much stronger hold this way with the photo corner. So just a little hack there for you to get a nice secure, and see how it doesn't pop up the way it does. It could or should, because it is that long 4-grid rectangle photo. My original intent there had actually been that each person was going to lift up and you were going to see the photo of our dessert. So we celebrated Pie Day early. So we are holding our main dinner pies here, and I thought that we would be holding our dessert pies underneath, but I decided there was just too much going on already that I didn't need that. It was doing it for the sake of doing it, not because it was going to serve a particular design purpose as well. So there I put a little green label because I just wanted to have a little bit more green in the layout. There isn't much green, and that, my friends, is going to wrap it up pre-pen, and here is the post-pen, and enjoy the close-ups. Thanks for stopping in today. If you use my photo square hack, definitely let me know. So tell me what you think about it. Thanks for stopping in today. I hope you're doing well. Come back again soon. Take care.